So I don't know if we've talked about this on here, but the rule of cooking with wine is that if you would not drink it, you do not cook with it. So because you want to drink and eat things that you like.
Right.
So if you're not going to drink the wine, do not cook with it. But this, oh my gosh, you could do your shrimp scampi in the white wine sauce.
Oh, it'd be so amazing. My dad, when we were living in very West Texas, he was cooking one night for us, and he was making spaghetti. And he's like, I'm going to try this red wine recipe with this spaghetti. And he was drinking it at the same time. And like an hour and a half in, we all come in the kitchen. We're like, hey, how's it going? He's like, I don't know, but I'm hammered. I'm going to bed. And he switched off the oven and just walked out. And my mom had to like figure out what was going on and get us the actual meal, but it was pretty funny. I don't know, but I'm hammered.
So the lesson there is that you also should not drink on an empty stomach. I made sure I ate lunch before today because we've had moments in the past where after we've done our tastings, I'm like, whoo!
A little too much.
And I'm still expected to do housework when we're done here. Like, I have laundry piled up on my couch. Don't look at my couch. I didn't tell you that, but don't look at my couch.
We didn't make it that far in the house.
I rearranged my office, though, so...
That's nice.
I did see,
Slightly
I can do
closer
things.
To the chickens if they come by the window, though.
I know. I told my husband that was the only downside is those stupid chickens getting outside the window and screaming. But, I don't know. We'll see. So... kind of to wrap up with today's episode, like when you get a job, I want to make sure that you understand that when you go to work and you come home and you have kids, like that does not have to be, I don't want to say your whole life because it is your whole life. Your whole, I'm looking for a better word. Your whole sphere of fun. Maybe that's it.
Sphere of fun?
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
Thank you. I like that too. I'm gonna like capitalize on that. It's you need to have time for yourself and away from your family and activities that you do that you want to do for you, right? Like I like to do puzzles, so I'll set up a puzzle and I'll roll it up every night because I don't trust the toddler. Like he'll touch my shit. But I will roll out a puzzle. I'll work on a puzzle for 30 minutes and then I'll go to bed and I'll read for a little bit and then I go to bed. But this is after I put the kids to bed. Like, I'm not doing these activities with them awake because I can't deal with them. And I can't have my downtime. When they're awake, I'm dealing with baths and brushing of teeth and getting ready for bed. Homework is a big one.
And if you have no time of resting your brain, then you're going to constantly be switched on instead of being able to tone down.
Yeah, because I'm trying to find better ways to sleep at night. And I'm thinking that if I got into this routine of doing the things that I want to do right before I go to bed, that maybe my brain will kind of
switch off
into switch off mode because it takes a while. You cannot literally be doing and being overstimulated and then think you're just going to go to bed and it's going to be great. No.
Our mutual friend, her time is in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And so before the kid wakes up, she'll go downstairs and she'll make herself a cup of coffee because her favorite thing in the world is coffee.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that and Friends. The show Friends.
Yes.
And so she'll sit there and drink coffee for an hour and play on her phone and then she'll go get the kid.
Yeah, and that's how she does it. I do mine before bed because I feel like I'm not getting up any earlier. Like that's my thing. I like my sleep. I'm not getting up any earlier. I even eat my breakfast at work. Like that's how I delegate my
breakfast
day.
At work too.
I'm like, I'm not dealing with this.
We're allowed 15 minutes break time.
Yeah, I utilize that personal time at work. I do. I'm one of those people, and that's fine. You can be that person. But I do it so my kids are all supposed to be in bed by 9 o'clock. And so at 9 o'clock is my time starts. And my time might not end until like 10:30. It just depends. Did I get to a good part in the book? Was I really into my puzzle? Or was I zoning out on my TV show? Like, I do more than just intellectual things. I totally veg out on TV. And reruns. I love reruns. Like, they're my favorite. I don't know why. I just love. I'm like, I've watched this show 50 times. Watch it again.
That new season of You came out, and I was like binging it. I can't.
Oh my gosh, I'm only on like the 3rd episode, so don't spoil it for me. I was watching it last night, and I was like, oh my god, this is intense, and not realistic at all. I feel like he has reached the point of he's no longer realistic, but it's fine. It's fine. We did do some Googling for today's episode, and so I wanted to go ahead and touch on those real quick. The everymom.com has career after baby tips. So they kind of talked on the same things that we talked about. Consider your child care options, location, times, open and close, or do you get a nanny? How to set boundaries. Maybe you travel less for your job, or you don't do after-hours get-togethers. I've never done an after-hours get-together, though. Like, they talk about that, everybody going out for happy hour.
Work or something?
Yeah, who does that? If you do that, we want to know, because I've never done that. I've never done that. Have you done that?
Maybe small group.
I don't know.
But even then.
We did it like on a weekend
the entire
once.
Group.
Yeah, so anyway, if you do that, I want to know. They say schedule with precision, because you need to communicate with your family, because sick kids happen. I agree. And then finally, they say you should give yourself grace. Don't be too hard on yourself, because you can't work the same way you once did. And that's where some of that guilt comes in. The worker's guilt, the mom's guilt. Like, you have to balance them. Learn to let go.
Yeah.
We're going to do like Frozen. We're going to let it go. Some things just have to be let go. Refinery 29 says they have a really good article. It's called The Career Advice I Wish I Got Before Having a Baby. It was a really good read. It's a long article. But in summary, they talk about expectations, workload, scheduling, and planning. And they have those broken down. So if you're like, I really just need to know about whatever, it's a pretty good article. I feel like it's very concise. It was just long. And so I was not going to read it to you. But that's the summary of it. So, anyway, I did enjoy this wine.
I do too. Not so much with the cantaloupe.
Did you pour yourself a second tasting? I think you did.
Well,
I know I did.
I really needed the cheese.
The cheese worked with it. So the Munster cheese was really good, and the Parmesan was really good.
Very much.
Like, so definitely a tangier food.
Yes.
So the shrimp scampi, chicken scampi.
It'd be amazing.
Yeah, cook those with this wine. It would be great. It would be great. So, that wraps up today's episode. We hope you enjoyed the wine and motherhood adventure. Thank you for tuning in and turning up with us. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and on YouTube these days. So, got the episodes uploading there. Fun times. Just make sure it's Mom's Guide to, and that's the number 2, wine. Leave us a love note, episode suggestion, or just say hi.
How you doing?
So this is Eliza.
And this is Rosie.
And we'll be spilling with you soon.